Listen up. I want you to do something for me right now before we even get started. Stop scrolling. Put your phone down. And in the comments below, I want you to type these 4 powerful words. I deserve financial peace. Don't just type it. Declare it. This isn't just a video. This is a movement. This is your turning point. This is you saying, enough is enough. I am taking back control of my money and my life. If you're ready to reclaim your power, I want you to hit that like button. For over 20 years, I've sat across from people from all walks of life. The broke, the struggling, the overwhelmed. They all came to me with the same question, a heavy question. How do I get rich when I have nothing? Maybe that's why you're here. Maybe you feel like you're stuck in a financial rut. Maybe you've got more month than money. I get it. I've been there. And the first thing I want you to understand, the most critical lesson of all, has nothing to do with saving money, investing, or a new job. It has to do with your mind. Number 1, changing your mindset from scarcity to abundance. You see, the number 1 reason people stay poor isn't because of a lack of money. It's because of a lack of a specific kind of thinking. We're going to dive into the first and most important chapter on your journey to wealth. It's called the mindset shift from scarcity to abundance. Let me ask you a question. When you think about money, what's the first feeling that comes to mind? Is it fear, anxiety, stress? For most people, it's something negative. It's the feeling of not having enough. This is the scarcity mindset. It's that voice in your head that whispers, there's not enough to go around. I'll never get ahead. Everyone else has it easier. John D. Rockefeller, the man who built one of the greatest fortunes in history, didn't start with much. His father was a con man. He knew what it was like to feel that financial pressure, but he understood something fundamental. You can't attract wealth with a mindset of lack. You're constantly focused on what you don't have, on the money you're losing, on the missed opportunities. It's a heavy, draining way to live. And as long as you carry that weight, you can't move forward. Think about it. When you're living in scarcity, you make decisions from a place of fear. You might turn down a chance to invest in yourself because you're afraid to spend the money. You might pass on a new opportunity because you're scared of failing. You're always playing defense, never offense. Your financial decisions are a reaction to fear, not a conscious choice. So let me ask you, what financial decisions have you made recently out of fear, not out of a clear plan? Don't answer me. Answer yourself. Look in the mirror. A scarcity mindset is built on something insidious, limiting beliefs. These are the stories we tell ourselves about money, and they usually start in childhood. Maybe you heard things like, money is the root of all evil, or we can't afford that, or only lucky people get rich. Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing and a mentor to Warren Buffett, once said, the investor's chief problem, and even his worst enemy, is likely to be himself. He wasn't talking about the market. He was talking about the limiting beliefs that stop you from making logical, profitable decisions. So what are your limiting beliefs? Be honest with yourself. Write them down. Do you believe you're not smart enough to manage money? Do you think being rich means you'll lose your friends? Do you secretly believe you're destined to struggle financially? Here's a small story. I once met a man who made $100,000 a year, but was living paycheck to paycheck. He was terrified of investing because his father had lost everything in a bad stock market crash. He had this deep-seated belief that investing was gambling and that he was destined to lose. His belief, not his income, was keeping him poor. Once he confronted that belief, he was able to take the first small step toward investing. Now let's talk about the solution. The antidote to scarcity is abundance. An abundance mindset is the belief that there is more than enough for everyone, including you. It's a simple yet revolutionary idea. It's about shifting your focus from what you don't have to what you do have, from a place of fear to a place of possibility. It's about seeing money, not as something to hoard in fear, but as a tool to create, to build, to help. As Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, puts it, it's not how much money you make, but how much money you keep, how hard it works for you, and how many generations you keep it for. Adopting an abundance mindset isn't about being naive. It's about being strategic. It's about being grateful for every dollar you have and making a conscious decision to put it to work for you. It's about seeing a problem, and instead of thinking, "I can't solve this," you think, "How can I solve this?" This mindset shift is about choosing discipline over comfort. It's about getting excited about a budget because it's a plan, not a prison. It's about seeing a side hustle, not as a chore, but as a chance to create new income streams. So how do you start? First, practice gratitude. Every single day, I want you to write down 3 things you are grateful for, especially things related to money, no matter how small. Maybe you're grateful for the coffee you bought this morning, the roof over your head, or the $5 bill you found in your jacket pocket. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. Second, educate yourself. Ignorance is a friend of scarcity. The more you learn about money, the less you fear it. Warren Buffett said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Start reading books. Watch videos like this one. Listen to podcasts. Financial literacy is your shield against the fear of the unknown. Third, reframe your language. Stop saying, "I can't afford that." Start asking, "How can I afford that?" Stop saying, "I'm broke." Start saying, "I'm in a period of building my wealth." Your words have power. They shape your reality. Number 2, the foundation, building financial literacy. You see, a lot of people think financial literacy is this complicated, boring topic for Wall Street suits. They see it as a foreign language filled with jargon and scary numbers. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Financial literacy is just a map. It's the tool you use to navigate the world of money so you don't get lost, or worse, taken advantage of. Andrew Carnegie, a man who went from an impoverished Scottish immigrant to the richest man in the world, famously said, "If you want to get rich, think of saving as earning." That's not a quote about saving. It's a quote about understanding. It's about building a foundation of knowledge so you know what every single dollar is doing for you. So let's break down the fundamentals. No fancy terms, just the simple, powerful truths that will give you back control. Many people hear the word budget and they cringe. They think it's about restriction, about telling you what you can't have. But that's not what a budget is at all. A budget is a plan. It's your personal chief financial officer, a GPS for your money. It's the first step in taking control. When you don't have a budget, you're flying blind. You're making decisions on a feeling, on a whim. That new pair of shoes, that dinner out, you're just hoping you have enough left over for rent. Hope is not a strategy. A budget takes away the guesswork. So how do you start? It's simple. Step 1. Track your income. Know exactly how much money is coming in every month. Step 2. Track your expenses. This is where the real work happens. For 1 month, I want you to write down every single dollar you spend. That coffee, that bus fare, that streaming service you never use. Don't judge it, just record it. You're not looking to shame yourself. You're just gathering the data. Step 3. Analyze. At the end of the month, look at your list. Where is your money actually going? Are you shocked? Most people are. You might find you're spending $200 a month on delivery food, or $50 a month on subscriptions you forgot you had. This exercise is not about telling you to stop. It's about making you conscious. It's about giving you the power to make an intentional choice. You have to know where you are before you can chart a course to where you want to be. Now that you know where your money is going, it's time to talk about a savings plan. Forget the idea of saving what's left over at the end of the month. That never works. There's always an expense. There's always a reason. Warren Buffett, the most successful investor of our time, has a simple but profound rule. He said, "Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving." This is the most powerful sentence you will ever hear about money. It's not a cute quote. It's an instruction. It means that the first person you pay when you get your paycheck is you. Before you pay your landlord, before you buy groceries, before you do anything, you save. I'm not asking you to save half of your check. Start small. Can you save $50 a month? $20? even $5. The amount doesn't matter as much as the habit. Automate it. Set up a transfer to a separate savings account the day after you get paid. Make it non-negotiable. This is your poor to rich savings plan. It's the escape hatch you're building, one small deposit at a time. This isn't about just accumulating cash. It's about teaching your brain that you are a person who saves, that you are a person who is building a future. Now let's talk about the monster in the room. Debt. Not all debt is created equal. There's what I call good debt and bad debt. Bad debt is anything that takes money out of your pocket without building value. High-interest credit card debt, payday loans, that expensive car you bought just to look good. This debt is a parasite. It feeds on your future earnings and keeps you in a cycle of poverty. Your goal is to eliminate this as quickly and aggressively as possible. Good debt, on the other hand, is a tool. It's a loan that helps you acquire an asset that will appreciate in value or generate income. This is a business loan to start a company, a student loan to get a degree that significantly increases your earning potential, or a mortgage on a home that will one day be worth more. The key is knowing the difference. Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett's teacher, once said, an investment operation is one which, upon thorough analysis, promises safety of principal and an adequate return. The same principle applies to debt. Before you take on any debt, ask yourself, is this a financial tool, or is this a financial trap? Is this going to put money in my pocket, or take it away? Finally, let's talk about the best investment you will ever make. It's not in stocks, it's not in crypto, it's in yourself. Warren Buffett has repeated this many times. By far the best investment you can make is in yourself. You can lose money in a stock market crash. A fire can destroy a house you own, but nobody can take away your knowledge. Nobody can take away your skills. Are you underemployed? Learn a new skill. Are you in a dead-end job? Invest in a certification or an online course that could get you a raise. Can't afford a course? The internet is a library. YouTube, free online universities. There is an ocean of free knowledge out there. The only price is your time and effort. This isn't just about earning more. It's about becoming more valuable. It's about turning your most precious asset, your brain, into a wealth-generating machine. Look, this isn't easy. You're going to face challenges. But I promise you, with a strong mindset and a solid foundation of financial literacy, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your future. You deserve a life of financial peace, and you have the power to build it. Number 3, generating income with limited resources. The truth is, many people feel stuck because they believe you need money to make money. It's a common phrase, a common trap. But I am telling you, that is simply not true. You don't need money. You need a powerful combination of resourcefulness, creativity, and a willingness to work. Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, grew up in poverty in China. He failed his college entrance exam twice. He was rejected from countless jobs, including one at KFC. He started his company with just a few friends and an idea. He proved that you don't need a bank loan to get started. You need an idea and the courage to act on it. So, let me ask you a question. What do you have right now that you aren't using to its full potential? Most people think their most valuable asset is their house, their car, or their investments. They are wrong. Your most valuable asset is you. It's your skills, your time, and your effort. The moment you realize this, everything changes. So let's start with a simple, powerful thought exercise. I want you to list 3 things you are good at. Don't overthink it. It doesn't have to be a professional skill. Can you organize things? Are you great with people? Do you fix things around the house? Can you write a great email? Are you good at walking dogs? The answer to this question is your starting point. It's the launch pad for what we call a side hustle. A side hustle isn't just a second job. It's a way to leverage a skill you already have right now, to bring in extra income. It's the simplest and fastest way to generate income when you're starting from scratch. The world has changed. You no longer need a formal company or a resume to start earning. The internet has broken down every barrier. It has created a space called the gig economy, where anyone from anywhere can offer a service and get paid. Have you heard of platforms like Fiverr or Upwork? They are a digital marketplace. Are you a good writer? You can offer to write articles for $20. Are you a graphic designer? You can create a logo for $50. You're great at data entry. You can get paid to organize spreadsheets. The barrier to entry is almost non-existent. The only thing standing between you and that money is taking the first step. You don't need to quit your job. You don't need a lot of money to start. You just need to create a profile, list your skills, and be ready to work. It's an opportunity to turn your free time into profit. What skill do you have that a total stranger would pay you for? This is one of my favorite topics. So many people have a passion, a hobby, that they spend hours on for free. What if that hobby could make you money? What do you do for fun? What would you do for free? Is it baking? Can you sell cupcakes to your friends or family? Is it photography? Can you offer to do portraits for local families? Do you love cars? Could you detail cars for people in your neighborhood? Listen, your hobbies are not just distractions. They are a potential source of income. This isn't about turning your passion into a chore. It's about leveraging it to build financial stability and perhaps one day turn it into a full-time business. When you make money from something you genuinely love, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like empowerment, and you don't need a storefront. You don't need a big website. Start small. Talk to a neighbor. Post on your local social media group. The first sale, the first dollar you make from a side hustle, that's not just money, it's proof of what you're capable of. You might be saying, I don't have any skills that are marketable. That is a common feeling, and it's okay, because your greatest resource, your most powerful tool, is your ability to learn. Andrew Carnegie, who started in a textile mill, went on to build a steel empire. He wasn't born with the skills to run that empire. He learned. He said, the person who acquires the ability to take full possession of their own mind may take possession of anything else to which they are justly entitled. The internet is the greatest library in the history of the world, and it's mostly free. Do you want to learn how to edit videos? Go to YouTube. Do you want to learn to code? There are dozens of free courses online. Do you want to learn how to become a virtual assistant? There are entire blogs dedicated to it. The only cost is your time. Instead of scrolling through social media, invest an hour a day in learning a new skill. That 1 hour could be the difference between a life of financial struggle and a life of financial freedom. Don't use a lack of money as an excuse for a lack of skills. Number 4. The art of frugality and smart spending. For a lot of people, the word frugal conjures up a terrible image, a miserable person clipping coupons, denying themselves every pleasure, living a life of deprivation. I'm here to tell you that this is the biggest lie you've been told about money. Frugality isn't about being miserable. It's about being powerful. John D. Rockefeller, who built one of the greatest fortunes in history, wasn't a reckless spender. He famously said, "A man has no right to spend money on himself until he has earned it and a little more to save." But he also said something even more powerful. Every dollar is a worker, and it should be put to work. Frugality is not about what you're giving up. It's about what you're gaining control. Every dollar you choose not to spend on something unimportant is a dollar you can put to work for your future. So let's get into the game plan. Being cheap is a mindset of scarcity. It's about a refusal to pay what something is worth. It's about cutting corners, often at the expense of quality or relationships. Being frugal, on the other hand, is a mindset of abundance. It's about being a wise steward of your resources. It's about asking an intentional question before you spend a single dollar. Does this purchase align with my financial goals? A frugal person will gladly pay a little more for a high-quality item that lasts a lifetime. A cheap person will buy the lowest-priced item, knowing it will break and have to be replaced. Frugality is about being conscious. It's about making a deliberate choice. It's about saying no to a $5 latte, so you can say yes to a $500 investment down the line. So let me ask you, are your spending habits motivated by a sense of duty or by a sense of fear? Are you the master of your money, or is your money the master of you? Every single dollar you spend falls into one of two categories: a need or a want. A need is something essential for your survival and basic functioning. We're talking about a roof over your head, food in your stomach, basic clothes and reliable transportation to get to work. These are non-negotiable. A want is everything else: the daily coffee run, a subscription to a streaming service you barely use, a new pair of sneakers when your old ones are still perfectly fine, eating out at restaurants 4 times a week. This is where the power comes in. You are allowed to have wants. This is not a life sentence of deprivation. The goal is to consciously, deliberately, and with full awareness, shift your spending from wants to needs. Look at your last bank statement. How much of your money went to things you truly need versus things you just wanted? Now let's talk about the practical side. How do you cut down on expenses without feeling like you're missing out? Number 1, audit your subscriptions. Go through your bank statement right now. I guarantee you have a subscription you forgot about. That gym membership you never use. That magazine you don't read. That streaming service you signed up for to watch one show. Cancel them. Just do it. That's money you are getting back, not money you are losing. Number 2, the kitchen is your best friend. The fastest way to bleed money is to eat out. A $10 lunch every day is $50 a week, and over $2,500 a year. You can eat a healthier, tastier lunch for just a few dollars by planning and preparing your meals at home. Cooking is not a chore, it's an investment in your health and your wealth. Number 3, find free entertainment. Don't think a fun night out has to cost money. The library is free, parks are free, public festivals and local concerts are often free. Host a game night at your house. The best things in life are often the ones you don't have to pay for. Now here's a radical thought. What if you didn't have to buy everything? What if you could use your skills, your time to save money? DIY, learn to do it yourself. Instead of paying a plumber for a minor leak, watch a YouTube video. Instead of buying a new coffee every morning, learn to brew a fantastic one at home. Instead of paying someone to mow your lawn, do it yourself. This isn't just about saving money, it's about empowering yourself. Bartering, can you trade skills with someone? Maybe you're great at graphic design, and your friend is great at small repairs. You can design a logo for their small business, and in exchange they can help you fix that leaky faucet. Bartering is an ancient tool that builds community and keeps cash in your pocket. If you're getting value from this video and want to see more content like this, please hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. It means the world to me, and it really helps the channel grow. I'm on a mission to hit 100,000 subscribers, and with your support I know we can get there. Now that you've liked and subscribed, let's continue with our discussion. Number 5. Smart investing for the small investor. For years, we were told a lie. We were told that investing was only for the rich, that you needed thousands of dollars to open an account, that it was a rigged game designed for the wealthy. That is simply not true anymore. The only thing keeping most people from investing is the belief that they can't. Warren Buffett once said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." Investing isn't about getting rich overnight. It's about planting seeds today so you can sit in the shade of a flourishing forest tomorrow. It's about putting your money to work for you so that you don't have to work for money your entire life. So let's break down how you can start investing right now, even with very little money. The old rules are gone. You no longer need thousands of dollars. The rise of new financial technology has completely democratized investing. You can literally start investing with the change in your pocket. Have you ever heard of micro-investing apps? These apps are a game changer. They allow you to invest small fractional amounts of money. Some of them, like Acorns, will round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and invest the difference, so that $3.50 coffee becomes a $4 charge, and the 50 cents gets invested. It is the easiest, most painless way to start building the habit of investing. You can get started for as little as $5. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is the simple, consistent act of turning a consumer mindset into an investor mindset. Every time you invest that small amount, you are literally voting for your future self. You're saying, I am a person who builds wealth. Now I want to introduce you to your most powerful ally. Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in human history, is said to have called it the eighth wonder of the world. He said, "He who understands it, earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." I'm talking about compound interest. Think of it like a snowball. You start with a small snowball and push it down a hill. At first it doesn't look like much, but as it rolls it picks up more snow, and more snow, and more snow. The snowball gets bigger and bigger, faster and faster. That is how your money works. Your initial investment earns interest. Then that interest earns its own interest. And on it goes, year after year. Let me give you a real-world example. If you invested just $100 a month at a 10% average return, in 30 years, you would have over $226,000. And here's the crazy part. You only put in $36,000 of your own money. The other $190,000 came from compound interest. You didn't work for that money. Your money worked for you. That is the magic. That is the power. Now for a beginner, the thought of picking stocks can be terrifying. You hear about people losing everything on a single company. You don't need to do that. That's gambling, not investing. The smartest and safest way for a small investor to start is with diversification. You don't want to bet on a single company. You want to bet on an entire industry, or even the entire economy. You do this with something called an index fund or an ETF, exchange-traded fund. Think of it like a basket of stocks. Instead of buying a single share of one company, an index fund allows you to buy a tiny piece of hundreds of companies at once. You get instant diversification. If one company fails, it barely affects you because you have so many others. This is the strategy that Warren Buffett advises for almost everyone. It's low cost, it's simple, and it allows your money to grow with the market over the long run, without you having to constantly watch it. Remember how we talked about the best investment you can make? It's still you. Every single dollar you invest in your education, your skills and your health will pay a dividend that no stock can match. Learning a new skill that gets you a raise, or starting a side hustle that brings in extra income, is a form of investing. It increases your primary income source, giving you more money to put to work in the market. This is not a race. This is a marathon. It's about patience and consistency. It's about taking the long view and not getting distracted by the day-to-day noise. Look, this is your wake-up call. You have the ability to change your financial trajectory right now with what you have. You don't need to be rich to start investing. You just need to start. Number 6, building multiple streams of income. We have talked about mindset, literacy, smart spending, and investing. You have a budget. You have a savings plan. You're starting a side hustle, and you're even dabbling in micro-investing. You're doing all the right things. But here's a harsh truth that no one talks about. As long as you rely on a single source of income, you are living on a house of cards. Think about your financial life like a chair. If it only has one leg, it's incredibly unstable. The moment that one leg gets kicked out from under you, whether it's a layoff, an illness, or a market crash, your entire world comes crashing down. But what if that chair had 3 legs, or 5, or 7? It would be nearly impossible to knock over. That is what multiple income streams do for your financial life. They provide security, freedom, and a powerful path to true wealth. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, once said, "The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. That wealth comes not from a single source, but from your ability to create many." So let's get into how you can start building those additional pillars of security right now. For most people, all of their income is active. It's money they have to actively work for. If they stop working, the money stops. Passive income is the opposite. It's money that comes in with minimal ongoing effort after the initial work is done. It's not free money. It requires an initial investment of time, money, or knowledge. The goal here is to create something once that can pay you forever. Think about it. An author writes a book once, but every time a copy is sold, they get a royalty. A musician records a song once, but every time it's played on the radio, they get a check. This is not a pipe dream. You can create small streams of passive income right now. Do you know how to build a basic website? You could create a simple template and sell it online. Are you a great organizer? You could create and sell a digital checklist or a planner. The idea is to start with a tiny product and a tiny bit of effort. The first time you get paid for something you created months ago, it's a feeling unlike any other. It's your first taste of true financial freedom. Let's say you're a whiz with social media. You spend an hour a day managing a few accounts for local businesses. That's active income. Now, what if you took all of your knowledge and packaged it into a simple downloadable guide called the Social Media Starter Kit? You spend a few hours creating it, and then you can sell it for $20 over and over again, with no additional effort. Or let's say you are an incredible cook. You could create a cookbook of your best recipes and sell it as an ebook. People are willing to pay for your knowledge because it saves them time. And the beautiful part is, you are no longer trading your time for money. You are trading your knowledge for money, and your knowledge is limitless. What do people always ask you for advice on? That is your product. That is your next income stream. Another powerful way to build income is by recommending things you already use and love. This is called affiliate marketing. Here's how it works. You find a product or a service you genuinely believe in. The company gives you a unique link. When someone buys through your link, you get a small commission. This works perfectly with a simple online platform. You could start a free blog about your favorite hobby. You could start a small YouTube channel reviewing products you own. You could create a social media account dedicated to a topic you know well. When you build an audience, even a small one, and you recommend a product you genuinely believe in, you can start to earn income from it. You don't have to create the product. You don't have to handle the shipping. You just connect people to a solution, and you get paid for it. It's a fantastic low-risk way to start building a passive income stream. Finally, think about small-scale entrepreneurship. This isn't about getting a big bank loan. It's about leveraging the power of online platforms. Have you heard of dropshipping? You can set up a simple online store, and when a customer orders a product, a third-party supplier handles the shipping directly to the customer. You don't have to hold any inventory. Or how about print on demand? You design a simple logo or a funny phrase for a t-shirt, and when someone orders it, a company prints it and ships it. You do the creative work once and get paid every time a shirt sells. This is where your side hustle stops being a job and starts becoming a business. It's a journey that starts with one small idea and can grow into a powerful automated source of income. Number 7. Protecting and growing your wealth. Warren Buffett famously said, "Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1." He wasn't being literal. He was talking about risk and protection. He was saying that a dollar lost is a dollar that has to be earned all over again. The greatest wealth isn't just about what you can earn. It's about what you can keep. So let's talk about how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. An emergency fund is a savings account designed for one purpose and one purpose only, to handle unexpected life events without going into debt. Imagine this: your car breaks down, your hours at work get cut, or you have a sudden medical bill. If you don't have a safety net, you have to do one of two things. You use a credit card and go into high-interest debt, or you sell your investments at a loss. Both of these actions are devastating to your financial future. An emergency fund prevents this. It's not an investment. It's not meant to earn you money. It is an emotional and a financial shield. Your goal is to build up 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses. That means your rent, your utilities, your food, your transportation. That's it. This money doesn't make you rich, but it keeps you from becoming poor again. It gives you something far more valuable than a high return. It gives you peace of mind. It allows you to sleep at night. It buys you time to figure things out. In our last video, we talked about investing, but investing is just a form of risk-taking. There's a difference between smart risk and dumb risk. Dumb risk is what you see in the headlines. It's betting all your money on a single stock because you heard it was the next big thing. It's chasing get-rich-quick schemes and trusting people who promise you astronomical returns with no effort. This is gambling, not investing, and it will destroy everything you have built. Smart risk is a calculated decision based on knowledge and a long-term plan. It's what we talked about last time, investing in a diversified index fund and holding it for the long term. It's about knowing that even when the market goes down, it has always gone back up over time. It's about having the patience and the discipline to weather the storm. Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett's teacher, once said, "The intelligent investor is a realist who sells to optimists and buys from pessimists." This means you don't panic when others do. You stay the course. You manage risk with knowledge, not with emotion. An emergency fund is for the big unexpected events. But what about the small constant leaks that drain your wealth? This is where a little bit of knowledge goes a long way. Number 1, insurance is a necessity. People see insurance as an expense. It is not. It is a form of risk management. Health insurance, auto insurance, renter's insurance. These are not optional. They are your best friends. They are a small, predictable cost that protects you from a massive, unpredictable loss. A single car accident or a medical emergency can wipe out years of savings. Number 2, protect your identity. Your personal information is now an asset that thieves want. Monitor your bank accounts and credit card statements. Be careful with what information you share online. A little bit of vigilance can save you from a major financial headache down the road. Number 3, be wary of scams. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. The promise of easy money is a trap. No one is going to give you millions of dollars for a small deposit. No one is going to double your money in a week with no risk. Trust your instincts. A wise investor knows there are no shortcuts to wealth. Listen to me. You have come too far to lose it all now. You've put in the work. You've changed your mindset. You've started earning and investing. Now you have to protect it. Building wealth is not just about making money. It's about keeping it. It's about creating a fortress of financial security that can withstand any storm. And every pillar of that fortress, your emergency fund, your knowledge, your vigilance, is a step toward that ultimate peace. Number 8, the journey to wealth. Maintaining momentum. The truth is, wealth isn't a single act. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not a single investment that goes to the moon. It is the result of thousands of small, consistent and disciplined actions over time. The journey to wealth is a marathon, not a sprint. It's a quiet, persistent effort that no one sees until the finish line. Andrew Carnegie, a man who built a steel empire from nothing, understood this deeply. He said, "Patience is a necessary ingredient of genius." He wasn't talking about being a genius in a lab. He was talking about the genius of building a life of purpose and prosperity. So, how do you keep going when the results don't seem to be coming fast enough? A journey without a map is just wandering. Your financial journey needs a map with clear milestones. You can't just say, "I want to be rich." That's too vague. It's not a goal. It's a wish. You need to set smart goals. They should be specific. Not "I want to save money," but "I want to save $1,000, measurable. How will you track your progress? Achievable. Is this something you can actually do? Relevant. Does it align with your overall goal of financial peace? Time-bound. By when? By the end of the year or in the next 3 months. Setting goals gives you direction. It turns a vague wish into a concrete plan. When you know where you're going, every decision becomes easier. Should I buy that expensive thing? Does this align with my goal of saving for my emergency fund? The answer becomes clear. What is one small specific financial goal you can set for yourself this month? Don't answer me. Just think about it. Write it down. This journey can feel lonely. You might feel like you're the only one saving money, the only one avoiding expensive dinners out, the only one building a side hustle. That feeling is a lie. You don't have to do this alone. The most successful people in the world have coaches, mentors, and accountability partners. They surround themselves with people who inspire and challenge them. Find a community. Find a friend who is also committed to financial peace. You can share your progress, talk about your failures, and celebrate your wins together. This is crucial. When you hit a wall, you need a support system to pull you through. You don't have to know someone in person. There are amazing supportive communities online. The journey to wealth is long, and if you wait for the final destination to celebrate, you will burn out. Momentum is built by celebrating small wins. Did you stick to your budget for a full week? Celebrate that. Did you make your first $20 from your side hustle? Celebrate that. Did you pay off a small credit card debt? Celebrate that loudly. Every time you hit a milestone, no matter how small, I want you to do something to acknowledge it. Buy yourself a coffee, take a walk in the park, call a friend and tell them what you did. This isn't about spending money. It's about creating a positive feedback loop. It's about training your brain to feel good about making good financial decisions. Look at the truly wealthy people in the world. They are not overnight sensations. They are people who had a plan and stuck to it for decades. They made mistakes. They had setbacks, but they never gave up. Warren Buffett didn't get rich in a year or 5 years. He started investing in his youth, and the vast majority of his wealth was accumulated after the age of 50. Why? Because of compound interest. Because of his incredible patience and persistence. He understood the long game. This is the most freeing realization you can have. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be persistent. You don't have to be a genius. You just have to be disciplined. You will have bad days. You will want to quit. You will feel like you're not making progress. In those moments, I want you to remember this video. I want you to remember this community. And I want you to remember that the greatest reward isn't the money itself. The greatest reward is the person you become on this journey. A person of discipline, resilience, and purpose. We started this video with a question: how to become rich while poor. We're ending it with a powerful, life-changing truth. You don't get rich by finding a magic bullet. You get rich by becoming the kind of person who is worthy of wealth. You have the tools now. You have the mindset. You have the plan. The only thing left is to walk the path. Your journey to financial peace will be filled with challenges, but you have the power to overcome every single one of them. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the architect of your future. If this video moved you, helped you, or gave you hope, I want you to do 2 things. First, please type "thank you" in the comments. Let me know this message resonated. Second, give this video a like. Let's spread this message. Let's build a movement of people who are not just earning a living, but are building a legacy. Your financial future is waiting for you. It's time to claim it.